Today we're gonna be doing a deep dive, a deep analysis on top hit anime. Please put them on Takamine-san. So some people would look at this anime, they'd say this anime is Gooner slop. This is terrible. But no, no. This anime is not just Gooner slop. Yes, it is Gooner slop, but it's not just Gooner slop because I assure you that this anime's ending will shock you. It shocked. It hashtag shook me. Why? Because there's no ending. The manga's not done yet. But me, genius, I theorize that the ending will be hashtag beautiful. Okay? Why? Let me cook. First, I'm gonna explain what is. Please put them on Takamine-san. That sounds like a very maybe odd title. Well, the anime is actually quite simple, right? There's this girl. She's the class president of this high school, and she can travel back in time by taking off a piece of lingerie. Wow, that's really interesting. Um, and one day, our main character sees her changing her, well, not changing, but putting on a bra in the gym room because he's a loner and he eats in the gym room. And then he sees her titties on accident. Well, he was peeping, so I guess on purpose, but on accident. And after he saw her titties, he found out that he started living some parts of his day over again. So he was like, wow, this is kind of weird. What's happening? And, well, he finds out that she can actually turn back time. And he's like, huh, that's weird. That normally doesn't happen. So he goes up to her and she's like, I'm pretty sure you can turn back time. And she's like, oh, you caught me. Well, this means that only one thing can happen. You must be my wardrobe. Pause. What the hell does that mean? Okay. So, you remember that I said every time that she takes off a piece of lingerie, she can time travel? This means that every time she time travels, the piece of lingerie disappears. Yep, it's gone. So, she needs someone to help her keep all her lingerie. And for some reason, she wants someone to help her put on her lingerie. It doesn't make sense, but it's okay. You know, the author doesn't make sense half the time. Um, and at first he's like, "Hell no! Why would I do that?" But she kind of blackmails him. She takes off her bra and then she pushes herself to the ground and then she starts yelling and then she starts accusing him of sexual assault. And she was like, "If you don't help me, I will not reverse time to stop you from getting arrested by the police." So he was like, "Damn, I don't want to be arrested." So he obliges, and she takes off her panties in front of everyone and travels back in time. And the series goes on. Most episodes, they have like normal slice of life pacing, but it's like mostly just gooner bait, where she just like shows off her titties like every 2 minutes. And to be honest, it's not even good gooner bait. It's like, I don't know. It's just gooner bait. But, there is plot development. Trust me. One time, she reveals that she likes him because of a secret reason. And it's actually not revealed in the anime, I'm pretty sure, this secret reason. But the anime kind of ends at a point that's kind of just like not really good. I won't lie, the anime kind of sucks. You know, like there's no plot development. Characters have no growth. The only growth is like she kind of likes him a little and he kind of likes her a little. But it's like kind of bad. Like the anime is kind of bad. But I promise the manga is kind of good. So, it's revealed in the manga spoiler alert, that she secretly, well, not secretly, but the secret is that she and him were actually childhood friends, and he took care of her and her kitten because he saw that she was lonely, and he doesn't really, well, he remembers his memory, and he remembers her as his first love, but he doesn't really know that Takamine is that girl. But she knows that he is that guy, which, is the explanation to why she is treating him so well, I guess. I guess you can say it's well, but I don't know, you know. But that's why she's like basically close to him. Um, and the story goes on with with the same plot. She's slowly giving hints that she likes him, but she's like kind of a tsundere, and then he's like an oblivious like kind of character, and he's like, "Oh my God, is she flirting with me, or is she just being nice and teasing me?" And then it goes like that for like 36 chapters, I'd say 37 chapters. But there is there is one episode, actually, before chapter 36. There is one good episode in the anime where she decides not to use her powers at all because she wants to help him study for the finals. So the entire day she withholds herself from repeating things because usually she repeats the most mundane things to ensure that her day is perfect. But she was like, you know what? I won't do it this one day. And because of that, she got withdrawals. What withdrawals are you're asking maybe? Um, she just starts orgasming. I don't know. Don't ask me, okay? I didn't write this anime. But it's like, it's a little cute. It's like, wow, she cares about him. Anyways, there's also this one episode where she puts on her panties by herself on accident because, you know, she's slowly finding out that she kind of likes him a little, and she's like getting a little embarrassed and shy because she doesn't want to treat him, badly. And at the end of the episode, he goes up to her and he tells her that he wants to work really hard to get into an Ivy League so that he can take care of her as her closet. Like, wow. Wow. He is a selfless hero. Anyways, in the manga, this is where it gets actually good. Okay? Listen. So, imagine this. It was Christmas time. It's just the two of them, right? He's at her place because they're besties. And they're planning on a gift exchange. And prior to the gift exchange, she told him that he should just buy her a cake because she wants a cake, which is like, okay, fair enough. And she gave him a surprise. So during the gift exchange, she went first and she revealed that the gift that she got for him was a physical card that he could use to switch roles and do whatever he wanted to her for an hour. And she did that because she thought that he was just going to buy her a cake, right? And to her, apparently, that's a good trade. If there's anyone out there who would like to let me do anything to them for a cake, I'm down. Um, but he ends up buying her gloves instead. And you might ask, what? That doesn't make sense. Why is he buying her gloves? What is the relevance to the plot for this? The writer is actually a genius, okay? Listen. So, early on in the anime, I think around like episode 7 or 8, which is like probably like chapters like 16, 17, there was a moment where they were both outside and he held her hands and he noticed that it was cold. And um, it wasn't a major plot point or anything. It was just a minor thing that he said, and he remembered. And because I binge watched the entire show, I remembered that. And he does explain why he got her gloves, which is nice. And he says, he calls back to the previous time, and he says that, he remembers when she had that her hands were always cold, and he never saw her with gloves. So he thought that it would be practical to buy her gloves, right? And I think that's just such a nice little detail, not only like for him, but for us as the readers, because it's like, it was never a big importance to the plot, so it's not like you would remember it, and it was only briefly mentioned, so even to the readers, it feels like we are Takamine-san, right? Who's with me? Anyways, so it was kind of cute. She was like she's like kind of a tsundere, so she looked away and she was like, oh my god, she felt bad that he gave her such a thoughtful present and she put you know no thought into hers, and in her own way she was like, damn, I guess I have to compensate him by giving him an extra hour, so the card now lasts for 2 hours, and she basically tells him like, come on, do do anything you want with me, and maybe you're like, huh, it's a Gooner anime. I bet they're gonna do some Gooner stuff. Wait a minute, hold up. He reaches for her shoulder. She blushes, right? She's like, oh my god, it's happening. And then the next panel, he reaches in for a hug. He hugs her instead. Oh my god, absolute cinema. It's just beautiful. The fact that a Gooner anime could produce such a wholesome main character, it's truly beautiful. It is truly beautiful, right? It is. It's just beautiful. Anyways, there is one more chapter so far that is also just absolute cinema. So, picture this. He's at school. He meets this one unknown, ungendered character. Well, they have a gender, but I don't want to say. And he gets into a panty put on 1v1, which is basically a 1v1 to see who can put on the president's panties the most efficiently. And they fight to see who deserves to be her closet. So it's high stakes, right? You'd think, wow, he's been training for however many months now. He must be the LeBron James of putting on underwear. Well, he was the LeBron James of putting on underwear because he got swept 4-0. He he could not put on her underwear a single time. He got absolutely diffed. And you might think, wow, maybe the plot point's like maybe she leaves him for a bit and maybe some drama arises. No. This character is so peak, right? That she thought because she won 4-0, the series was over, right? The series in the anime goes up to 6. So, winning 4-0 means the other character had no chance. But he still put on her underwear for periods 5 and 6 because even though the character he was fighting with only did it to win, he did it for the sake of caring for her. Absolute cinema, right? So he still puts on her underwear every single period. And after their competition, they meet up in a post match interview. And the other character was like, wow, look at this guy. He was trying to make you wear um, some weird lingerie. Like, how could he have done that? And then he says, wait, don't trash talk me. And he reveals that he chose a specific underwear for every specific use case. What does that mean? Example. He knew that she had a PE class, so he decided to give her panties that were panty lineless so that people could not see her panty line when she was doing PE. Hmm. Okay, okay, fair, fair. What's next? It was computer lab time. So he brought her underwear that was relatively thicker so that she wouldn't be cold. Okay, okay, okay. What's next? For lunch break, he knew that she liked to play basketball. So he gave her granny panties so that people wouldn't gawk at her if they accidentally saw her under the skirt. Mm. So not only did he put on the underwear for the sake of her instead of the competition, he had a reason for every single undergarment. And, you know, this is beautiful because his competition, seeing this, even they respected the grind. They were like, wow. Even though this competition character just used easy to use panties to win this competition, she was like, this guy truly cares about her. And she was so admired by his love, his pure resilience that she just conceded the competition and decided that he truly was the greatest of all time. And then every chapter after that sucks absolute ass. But it's okay because there's only 70 chapters. And I still believe that in the next 200 chapters, the writer will start cooking. Because there's one good chapter every like 20 chapters. But when that one out of 20 chapter hits, it really hits, okay? Okay? Is it actually good? I'm not gonna lie, no, not really. It's kind of bad. Like, I don't know why I read this entire manga. Actually, I do, but it's okay. We don't have to talk about it. But, I think if you're jobless, homeless, no life, no girlfriend, bored, you should give this manga a try. You should read through the whole thing because I think it'll shock you. Also, let me talk about what I theorize the ending to be. My theory, right? Her power is called Eternal Virgin Road. Hold up. Eternal? Okay. Makes sense. Virgin. Ah, road. Okay, what does Virgin Road mean? So, my theory is that she can only use her powers when she's a virgin, right? Because at this point in the manga, they've never slept with each other. And it's implied that she's never slept with anyone. So, what does this mean? I think that the writer will cook up some plot point that she has to sacrifice being perfect because she can travel back in time and she uses it to become perfect. So maybe she has to sacrifice this trait of being perfect in order to be with him. Hold up. That's why I have so much potential for this manga. I'm an early investor. I'm investing at the lowest point, and we're only going up from here. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm very grateful that you sat down and listened to me yap about anime girls with titties for however long it's been. Next time, I'm gonna make a normal video, but I just wanted to express my passion for this manga because it's so beautiful and amazing, allegedly. And I hope we can all be like the main character one day. I hope we can all put on underwear as a closet for a random girl one day. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.